Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Championship Sunday.
Get hyped.
Here for the AVGL Call of Duty Black Ops 3 College Division. I am Kevin Ducky McGinnis.
And I am Isaiah, also known as Atmos COD.
Yes.
Follow me on Twitter.
Yes.
Follow him on Twitter. Yeah, you know the rest.
So here we are. We are down to our final four teams. It is the College of Staten Island, Wilbur Wright University, Birmingham Southern College, and Northern Kentucky University. So we are going to be seeing today these four teams battling out to see who's going to get the largest share of this $5,000 scholarship prize pool. So our first match of the day is going to be the loser semis between Birmingham Southern and Northern Kentucky. Birmingham Southern is our 5th seed, while North Kentucky is our 7th seed. So we have the players all ready to go here, and North Kentucky, this is a team we've actually seen a lot of. We've casted them multiple times, both in the regular season and in the playoffs. And I think we're in for a pretty great match here.
Yeah, they're trying to make it. They're trying their hardest to make it out of that losers bracket.
Yeah, the winner of this will go on to the losers finals, of course. And then, after this, we'll have the winners finals, and I think that is the match we're most excited for.
Yes, it is.
Staten Island versus Wilbur Wright is going to be
a crazy match.
Yes, it is. But we are going to be hopping into the pick ban here for Stronghold Hardpoint and see what these teams elect to get rid of right off the bat.
High caliber, every day, every match.
Yeah, every day, every match, pretty much. I don't think high caliber has ever made it through. Rapid Fire has a few times, but I honestly can't remember a single map where high caliber has.
I feel like teams
need
to get more creative. Like, all we see is stun bans and high caliber bans and rapid fire bans.
Yeah.
Every game.
It is the first game of the series.
No one tries to make the game their own game.
I sure hope that as the series goes on, these
except
teams,
for the people in the winners bracket,
maybe look. Oh wow! As we say that, Shiva and M8 coming in almost simultaneously there.
Let's not forget about the XR2 this time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Last time we completely forgot about the XR2. There goes the Man of War as well. Will the XR2? No, it'll be the HC.
All right, so it's an XR2 game.
So any ARs we see will probably be an XR2.
And we'll probably see maybe an LMG because we have Astros.
Yeah, maybe we'll see something coming out of there.
He loves that dingo.
The dingo, as we've hypothesized, he's obviously Australian.
Yep.
Come to the United States for school, obviously.
Shimp on the body.
And so,
that was horrible.
Giving credit using that dingo, I don't know, probably not, but it's fun to come up with stuff like that. So Tempest, Kinetic Armor, they're picked up for Birmingham Southern, Heatwave, Purifier, Scythe for Northern Kentucky, and we'll see what these last players pick up. Again, these are all fairly standard things. That Purifier can certainly be very handy.
Yes, it can.
In Hardpoint, holding down those, especially in the indoor Hardpoints. They can really just completely lock down an entire entrance and allow you to get some really solid time. So there we have our specialist draft, and looking at it, it seems pretty even. I think it's interesting. Birmingham Southern picks up the Kinetic Armor while North Kentucky decides not to. They instead have that Scythe there, and it's that kind of
It could be good for the first Hardpoint as well as the third Hardpoint where it's rocks. There's a lot of open areas.
Yeah.
And good to lay down some, LMG fire.
Yeah. So. Now, the two weapons that these teams have picked up is the Tempest and the Scythe. And Isaiah, what do you think about that? Do you think, in terms of Hardpoint, is there one that does better in general?
No, not really. They're two kind of different, but they both kill. So they're both good in the same sense.
Yeah, they're both more of the longer range specialists compared to something like the Purifier.
They're both going to do their job.
Yeah, the Purifier is definitely shorter range.
Depends on who's going to use them better.
Yeah, so we see that two specialist weapons picked up for Northern Kentucky and only one there for Birmingham Southern. So maybe we'll see a little bit more aggression coming up from Northern Kentucky. We have seen aggression from them in the past. That's not something I would be surprised if we saw. And, their specialist draft and bans with the ARs kind of, point to that. So I think we'll be seeing a lot of SMGs and maybe an LMG or two to kind of fill in that long range role.
Yeah. XR2s.
Yeah, the XR2, of course, still up there as well. So maybe, the usual M8 player, the AR player will elect to go for the XR2 or
Yeah.
not. We might just see some very aggressive sub gameplay for this map, but only time will tell that way. So here we go. We're getting into the first map of the losers semis here. North Kentucky versus Birmingham Southern. Let's see who's going to take the hard point. All right, so these teams are getting ready to go at it. Of course, like we said, we have a $5,000 scholarship prize pool on the line here, and these teams are all looking for a piece of that. Want to help make that college a little bit easier to pay for next year.
Get those shiny textbooks, or maybe you just need that new binder you saw at Staples.
So ICR and HVK, interestingly, for Birmingham Southern, while North Kentucky only has one ICR. So like we said, this does seem to be a very aggressive sub game. The HVK is sometimes used as the middle ground there between a sub and an AR, especially when those ARs
and the main ones
are taken. Yes, when pretty much all the ARs are gone, you might actually end up seeing HVK. North Kentucky is able to hold down the hard point for just a little bit, but not long, as Birmingham Southern is able to break it. They will take control. Clutch Eponymous is the only one actually in there for his team, but he does have his teammates around there playing support, locking down those hills, and he's just sitting there trying to stay alive in that hill to get that time for his team. And it's going pretty well. He's yet to die, and he's gotten a solid amount of time here, 20 seconds already. And that is a great play from him there, kind of just staying alive, knowing that his teammate has his back and that he could just stay prone in the hard point there and get that time.
Good job trusting in teammates.
Yeah, definitely. And
that's what win games.
Is evidence of good communication and, like we said, that trust between teammates there. That's
huge.
Maybe Clutch doesn't have to actually stand up and watch an angle. He can believe that his teammates will handle it for him. And even though Birmingham Southern did get the straight rotation right off the bat, they were able to break it immediately.
And set up pretty good.
Yeah, it will now be Shippy here, 7-4 here, who will be taking... Oh, will find a player to his right. Can he get one? No. The second will come in for the cleanup. And Stunna with a nice two-piece will allow his team to now take control. Throws down the trophy system, prevents those nades from coming in. We didn't see any lethal grenade bans, only tactical grenades. So I'm expecting maybe to see some more flak jackets here from these players.
Let's
take a look. But Birmingham Southern is able to take that hill right back. Oh! Some pistol kills coming in there allows North Kentucky to take back control. To rotate. Yeah, let's check the minimap here for that rotation.
Like Birmingham. Yep, Birmingham set up mid half wall.
And it seems like they are indeed set up to try and not only lock down this rotation, but also get the cutoffs between the two, kind of, something
taken out. That was huge.
We see in CTF that kind of strategy of not necessarily playing right at an objective, but cutting off the paths between the two hard points. And that's exactly what they did. They now have a 20-point lead here, and that will continue to go up as Zuzi does try to break it, but will get Heatwave there as Strouthy picks up a nice two-piece and will able to keep this hill for his team. More challenges going down. Clutch Eponymous with a nice kill. Does have more to contend with, though. No, Astro with a nice two-piece of his own will take control back now and start to bring this back here for North Kentucky. They're hoping to maybe tie this up with this hill. 20 seconds left on it, though. We're going to be, again, looking for those rotations. Clutch Eponymous, the two-piece with that HVK. Oh, almost the three. His teammate will clean that up, but that would have been very nice to see.
Is Birmingham going to rotate? It looks like Kentucky already set up rocks. Let's see what they can do. They lose one rocks. It looks like Kentucky has spawns. I mean, no, Birmingham has spawns. My bad.
Yeah, definitely interesting there. It did not seem like Birmingham very much valued the rotation. Oh, but Strouthy ends up getting behind him and gets taken out by a teammate with a Tempest. Clutch with maybe some an itchy trigger finger there on that. Tempest just kills his teammate. I mean, he didn't even have any auto aim on that, so you got to say that was kind of unlucky there. Birmingham Southern, though, will continue to have control of this hard point. Sniper does get pinched, though, and he will get taken out. But just like that, there'll be 3 down for Birmingham again. They will take control right back again. They are not letting North Kentucky get any time in this hill.
Dude's doing work with the Tempest.
Yeah, 120 to 45 now. 2
full streaks.
Oh, yeah.
Serby. Let's go, Serby.
Full streaks there.
That's
as
a
Clutch
6
Upon Us
teammate right
does
there.
also pick up the Wally. 5 seconds here, and it looks like that North Kentucky might be on the rotate here, and I believe this is a hard point that we specifically saw them hold down a
Yeah, this
lot.
is their favorite hard
Yeah,
point.
this is by far their best hard point. This is the one they've been be able to hold down the best. And speaking of holding it down, Stunna has popped the Purifier, perhaps
It's
a little
the best
bit too
point for
early.
it, but isn't using it quite yet.
Yeah, not probably
gets 1 kill.
popped that a bit too early and ends up just getting pinched. He was in the middle.
Played too defensive. He should have been watching a door or pre-firing it.
Shippy smartly backs up, knows that there are too many players for him to contend with, lets his teammates deal with them, and just stays
Knows
alive.
exactly where they're coming
Oh, the
from.
nade. That was a nice nade. Could have taken him out, but Shippy was fast enough to get away. A couple players now rushing in. That heat wave will come out for North Kentucky. Zuzi with a 2-piece. Karut picks up the 3rd and shoots
Wow,
his
that was a
teammate just
great-
a little bit.
But it was a little too late.
Yeah, Birmingham Southern has the spawns, and there's only 10 seconds left, so North Kentucky isn't going to get a lot of time off this.
And Birmingham is just going to rotate, I think. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Birmingham
They know
Southern
exactly where they're coming from.
is going to go right into that mid-hill. That scythe comes out, though, for Astros. Let's see what he's going to be able to do with that. He's just sitting
That's a
there
good
spinning it
spot
up,
with the
gets up
scythe.
another kill. And, you know, this would be great kills from him, but nobody's in the hill.
Yeah, someone should get in the hill.
He's clearing out the hill here, but
All right,
his
there you
teammates
go, there you go.
aren't there to get the time. That was a solid 10 seconds, I think, that was just wasted off of Astro's great 2-piece with that scythe. His great plays.
Yeah, but he ends up getting flanked.
He uses that, and just like that, all 4 members there flood the hill for Birmingham Southern. Nades come in, will take out Shippy as well, and things aren't really going that well for North Kentucky right now.
Yeah, they need to use more communication. Why wasn't that scythe guy calling out, someone get in the hill, someone get in the hill?
Or maybe he should have just gotten in the hill himself, you know. There was...
I guess, but he had really good positioning with the scythe.
That was true, you know, it's that trade-off between the positioning and that couple of seconds in the hill. Obviously, he elected to just stay on that half wall, but it didn't really end up helping his team that much as they broke the hill only briefly. Perhaps could have gotten some more time there. But Sniper here with 1. No, I thought he was there going for a 3-piece.
Yeah.
Unable to pick those up, though. Clutch Eponymous will find a player right in front of him and takes him out. That will be 2 down now for Birmingham.
It looks like Clutch Eponymous will go down and Kentucky takes back point and keeps it, but gets taken down. And now Birmingham is set up. Let's see if they can break it.
Yeah, they are. Shippy was in a pretty solid position there, but unable to really make anything happen as he loses the gunfight. Can Clutch Eponymous come clutch? Oh, he gets stuck by the Semtex. Goodbye to him. But Sniper able to hold off the advance now, makes it 207 to 86. And if Birmingham Southern gets the rotation here, I think this is going to be it. This is going to be very close. They're going to, look at that, 3 seconds there is going to be gotten by North Kentucky, and that does not really do you any good when
That's
your
it.
opponents are so close now. If they could just hold this hard point, that'll be it. So we will see if North Kentucky can break this and hold on to it. Astro's last one in there. Can he stay alive? No, he cannot. Sniper and Shippy both clear out that hard point. The lightning strike, the friendly fire, maybe. Again, some little breakdown there in communication about teammate positioning. Maybe he just didn't trust in his teammates to pick up those kills, so he called in the lightning strike just in case. Ends up taking out his teammate, but that's okay because Birmingham Southern still has control. It's going to come down to Shippy, though, to go big here and save, win the game for his team. That kinetic armor pop was nice. Can he get a third?
Yep.
Yes, he does.
Can he get the
Oh,
point?
he does. Actually gets taken out by his teammate in the middle of the heat wave, but that will not matter. Birmingham Southern comes up with a convincing 250 to 92 victory over Northern Kentucky, and that is exactly the start they needed to hopefully move on to these losers finals.
Yep, that was impressive indeed. It looked like Kentucky just could not hang with their communication, and they had some really bad mistakes. Like, no one was there to help out Scythe getting in the point. they weren't rotating on time, and they weren't using their specialist abilities right.
Yeah, again, it seemed like maybe a lack of communication there. But
Look
a
at that.
pretty,
No one even
yeah,
has
nobody went positive there
or
for
like
North Kentucky. Some of them
yeah.
even double
And their
negative.
time in
So
hill was pretty bad too.
yeah, we saw them fighting over scrap time that was just completely pointless.
Irrelevant
Yeah, it's when you get to the later stages of the game, you need to focus more
on
on getting
rotating
those
and setting
rotations
up
because
and make yeah.
that's when you're going
Making
to get the
sure
most time.
you know what your teammates are watching, like
Exactly.
yep. And getting the spawns.
And
They
that
didn't even try to get spawns the whole game.
Yeah, and that is not really what they were doing at all. So there you have it. Birmingham Southern will take a 1-0 lead in this series, in this best of 5. So when we come back, we are going to have Search and Destroy on Infection will be the map. Stick around.